Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Ranked Mode. I have reached Terra, and at the top are Servants of the Emperor with over 2,500 trophies. But just today, I finally got the last copy needed to upgrade the Valkyrie to level 5. It now does 111 ranged damage, has 310 health. It's a pretty monstrous vehicle, and it has an outflank at level 2. So up until now, I've run this thing with Magos Dominus, but I want to try it out with Inquisitor Greyfax. It is a very expensive bodyguard, so I will not be able to get the maximum 80% buff from the special rule. But I've also thrown in this medic who can heal up my units. Usually it's not a good idea to run just 2 bodyguards in a deck, but just to see this Valkyrie at its maximum strength, we'll see how this goes. Inquisitor Greyfax with 2 bodyguards. And we'll see what we're up against. It sounds like Necrons. And we are up against Nemazor Zandrek. Okay, so put down the Valkyrie first because the outflank goes off. And it gets 75 additional firepower. So we're getting a 68% boost to the stats. It is sitting at 186 attack. And we'll put down Greyfax next. And already the music is going off because the Warlord is deployed. They have quite a few bodyguards, so we could be in for a bit of a rough ride here. Now, do I want to take out this thing first? That's a pretty high level thing. Yeah, well, okay. We'll just keep the Valkyrie over on the left for now. Medicae units you want to deploy when you have your other lanes full so that you can get the most out of the healing. So I have a feeling this game is not going to go very well, but we'll see what happens. The Valkyrie now able to deal 205 damage, has 583 health. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The thing's not going to die for a very long time. Because of the outflank, it's getting its attack increased to 246. So easily able to take down the Destroyer Lord in one hit. But Greyfax already taking quite a bit of damage, and the medic is not going to survive very long if I am continuing to go ranged. They now have a destroyer, Scorpic Destroyer on the left. These are some pretty high level cards dealing lots of damage. So unfortunately, despite all the firepower that this thing has, it does not have enough to one-shot the Scorpic Destroyer. So bring it down to 15 health. And Greyfax struggling to take down that Overlord in the center. The medic going down to the Royal Warden. And now Greyfax is going to be taking damage from 2 enemies. They are getting their ranged attack boosted up by the looks of it, but they are going for the melee attack. Greyfax manages to finish off the Overlord, and now they are deploying the Void Dragon. Wonderful. Just for a minute, look at Greyfax. She's got pretty good stats here with a 68% boost, but yeah, it looks like we are about to die a terrible death to this Void Dragon, which is at level 5. So, massive overkill on that Scorpic Destroyer, but Greyfax does not stand a chance against these Necrons. So that was a pretty terrible loss. And we'll see if that knocks me out of Terra. I think it may have lost 75 trophies there, so now we are back in Phalanx. Alright, let's try to change things up here. Going with this composition is really not a very good idea, because despite this thing having all that firepower, it can be pretty easily countered by like shields and fear and stuff, so it's just not really that great. We're going to take out the medic. We'll put in some infantry, some fodder in here. These guys have Endless, and I've noticed that the Endless units, when they redeploy, they also benefit from the special rule from Greyfax, so they will get their stats increased as well. Now, do I want to put anything else in here? Let's see. Any more fodder? I guess we can just throw in this guy, the Commissar. And let's try this out. So we got some infantry to back up the Valkyrie now. We'll see if that will be enough to block the lanes long enough for the Valkyrie to push its way into the enemy warlord. And we are up against Necrons once again, facing a lot of Necrons recently on ranked mode. I guess at the higher levels they are quite strong. Once again, putting down the Valkyrie at the beginning. Got that outflank going off. They have a Scarab Swarm, but this thing debuffs melee. I'm not going to be going melee very much, so I don't really have to worry about dealing with that immediately. Okay. But they do have a Cryptothrall there. That's going to be somewhat annoying. I will put down our troopers over on the right-hand side. They're getting just a little bit of a buff, and the enemy has the initiative, so they're taking the first turn. 20 damage on the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie had a little bit less than 500 health this time to start off. We are getting a 60% boost, and it can deal 178 damage with its attack. A little bit more thanks to the outflank. We'll see if this battle goes a little bit better. The Stormlord is at level 3, so this is not too high of a... In fact, actually some of these are quite low. The Necron warrior they just deployed to the center does not have its trait unlocked. It's only at level 4, so I think we stand a pretty good chance here. But we'll see what kind of big guns that they are packing. Valkyrie able to easily obliterate everything in its path thus far. And these troopers are actually doing a pretty good job of holding the line in their respective lanes. You got a Plasmancer. Again, this thing is a pretty low level, so it does not have its trait unlocked either. Take a closer look at this. Level 3. Plasmancer does do a decent amount of damage, but not against this Valkyrie, which can blast it away in one shot. And now we'll be forcing out their 3 remaining bodyguards this turn. So they've got a flayed one with fear over on the right, a wraith in the left, and the Destroyer Lord. A lot of these are cards that are in the general pool. They're some of the Necrons that I've had in my collection for a very long time. So they managed to take down 2 of my infantry here. It's pretty ridiculous the difference in levels between the 2 enemies that I just faced. The last game they had some really high level cards, but this time this is a rather low level deck we're up against. Okay, so once again going with the ranged attack. The enemy has absolutely no ranged on their side, so we're taking down the Destroyer Lord and bringing out the Stormlord. We'll see how the Stormlord fares against the Valkyrie. 245 health, Inspiring Presence. They do have a strong ranged attack charged up, and they will be able to take down one of our troopers, but the other one holding on for dear life on the right side. And we'll just keep the Valkyrie in the middle, deploy our Commissar, who will increase the attack of our units by 10%, giving 18 more ranged attack to the Valkyrie, bringing it up to 196 damage. Not quite enough to take down the Stormlord in one shot. And I don't think there's any way that they can get through the amount of health. Yeah, almost 500 health that's a lot of health to get through. Alright, they did manage to take down the dude on the right, so Greyfax deploying to the field to finish off the Stormlord. And I think to end the game this turn, we do have to go with the melee attack. So yeah, 142 damage from Greyfax, that's quite a bit. So yeah, this composition is definitely a lot better than the last one, I think. Deploying your Warlord on the first turn is usually not a very advisable strategy. But yeah, this Valkyrie is quite a bit of fun. Back up into Terra now. I don't think this is the best composition for Greyfax, so don't worry if you don't have the Valkyrie at a high level or even in your collection at all. There are plenty of other great options for Greyfax, but this is just something I've done for fun. That's one of the things I really like about this game, is just coming up with these crazy ideas. There's so many different possibilities out there, especially with Greyfax, so let me know if you have found anything that worked surprisingly well with Greyfax in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.